gonna give a short intro and I want us already to go into the practice because that's why we're here. Um, yeah, this breath work also caught me a couple of years ago, and I discovered it from a teacher, a woman here in Israel, who developed it and kind of created it. And it's so intuitive, it's so simple. When I first learned it, I was like, of course, you can just use the breath in this way. And the way she started or she described it is, you can live without food for a few weeks, without water for, some days. But breath is really the foundation of our being, right? We cannot exist without it. It really is the thing that keeps us alive. We take our first breath when we're born and our last breath before we leave. And and there's so much potential to what we can change or do once we start to bring awareness to the potential of the breath. So we can, just by slowing down the breath, that already changes our nervous system and our pace of thoughts and our emotions. And each part of the breath also is deeply connected with how we interact with life. How easy is it for us to inhale or to allow things in or to,
Mm,
welcome things? And how difficult is it for us to let go sometimes or to exhale or to, you know, or to put things out in the world? We can use that exhalation as a way to reinforce the things that we want to offer. I can exhale my love into the world or breathe out the peace I'd like to see in my country or in other places. So the there's a metaphor. The release of the breath can guide me in how I let go of things that I might be holding on to or how I offer things into the world. And I'm also inviting us to add a short pause, and we're going to practice that between that in breath and the out breath as a way to slow things down and say, when I take something in, can I give it the time to be absorbed into my system? Can I allow it to stay with me longer and not use the breath in a regular way that is things are just going in and out and in and out and in and out? And I don't really stop for me to allow things to really enter and to be present with them. So these are the guidelines that will guide the elements of this specific breath work. And it's a practice that I'd like to offer as something you can take with you and use on a daily basis or find ways to connect to it or go back to the specific practice and I hope it's useful for you in your daily life. So I'm gonna let us go straight into the practice. I think we're gonna do about a 20-minute practice where we're really inside and breathing, and then we're gonna come out of the practice, maybe say a few words and end this meeting. I'll ask everyone to mute so that we don't have any interruptions. And also, I'd like you to feel as comfortable as you can uh, just to make sure you're comfortable with your camera on. And if you're not, you're welcome to shut it off. Um, and because you're going to be with your eyes closed and going inwards, and the most important thing will be the guidance of my voice, but even more so your own inner experience. So with that, we're gonna take these first few moments to really get comfortable and make sure the way we're sitting is comfortable. And we can let our eyes close and find that comfort also within ourselves. Like what part of my body right now is kind of pleasant or comfortable. And just starting to tune into the body. Just kind of scan, not try to change anything. Really beginning just by observing where I'm at right now. And I can also try to observe the breath. It's not always easy to do because as soon as I start looking at it, it might start to change, but I'm just gonna check and like ask myself, how does my breath feel this morning? Is it is it more on the shallow end, or do I feel it's kind of going deep? Can I sense how far my breath goes? Does it go to my lungs and my chest? Does it go to my belly? Do I even have a sense of where my breath reaches? And again, we're not judging anything, we're really just observing, noticing. And I'm going to start slowly changing the pace of my breath. I'm going to take a breath in through my nose and I'm going to slow it down. I don't want it to be too deep, just a little bit slower than normal. I'm just focusing on this in breath and allowing myself to slow it down. Mm, you might be able to find your own pace or stick to my guidance. There's no right or wrong in this practice. And even if you get lost in your thoughts or lose contact with your breath, you can always come back to my voice. And there's no problem in losing connection or presence. It's just part of the process. So, coming back to this in breath, slowing it down, breathing in through my nose, slow, long in breath. The end of the in breath, pausing just for a moment and breathing out through the mouth, also really slowly, and maybe allowing the body to relax a little bit as I breathe out. Breathing in through my nose, slow, soft, pausing at the end of the in breath, breathing out through my mouth, also really slowly and also letting go. It's like as I breathe out, my body can relax a little bit more and let go a little bit more. Breathing in through my nose, pausing, breathing out through my mouth, releasing and relaxing. And I'm going to bring my attention to the center of my chest. It might help to place my hands on this area, the center of my chest. And when I breathe in, I'm breathing in to the center of my chest. Whatever that means to you, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Pausing and feeling the presence of my hands or this area of the center of my chest as I pause. Breathing out and feeling that this part of the center of my chest can also relax as I breathe out. Breathing in to the center of my chest. Again, whatever that means to you. Pausing, feeling the center of my chest full of air. Breathing out, allowing the center of my chest to relax and release. Breathing into the center of my chest. Pausing, just feeling that area of my heart in the center of my chest. Breathing out and allowing center of my chest to relax and release as I breathe out. One last breath to the center of my chest, breathing in slowly, pausing, and breathing out, relaxing. And I'm going to move my hands or my attention to the upper abdomen, to the area of my solar plexus, a little bit under the rib cage. And I'm going to breathe in to my upper abdomen, to my solar plexus. I'm going to pause, feel this area of my upper belly full of air, and breathe out and allow it to relax and release. Breathe in to my upper abdomen. Pause, feel this part of my body full of air, and breathe out and release and relax. Breathe into my upper belly. Pause. Breathe out. Release. And final breath to this part of the upper belly. Breathing in. Pausing. Breathing out and relaxing. We're gonna move our hands, our attention to our lower belly, a few fingers beneath the navel, and just slowly just tune into this area, this part of the body, the lower belly. And just catching our breath, really not, I don't want to put too much effort or feel I'm losing my breath trying to do the breath right. There's really no right or wrong way to do it. I want it to be as effortless, as soft, as easy as possible. And if I feel there's effort in it, I'll just find a little place where I can relax or release part of that effort. Breathing into my lower belly, pausing, feeling my lower belly, breathing out, allowing my lower belly to totally relax and release. And breathing in, I'm going to start breathing in with air, also color or light. Pausing at the end of the in breath, allowing this color or light to be absorbed, and breathing out and just relaxing. So we're starting to use our imagination or just saying to ourselves, if our imagination doesn't work as well, I'm breathing in a beautiful color. It could be white or pink or yellow or green or orange. Breathing it in and imagining that it reaches my lower belly. And when I pause, I can feel that this light or color is getting absorbed. It's like my lower belly is sucking it in or absorbing it. And I breathe out and I just relax. And there's no right or wrong way to do it. Trust that your body knows. When you tell it to breathe in a color, it just does it, and it brings in some kind of frequency or vibration connected with that color. And once again, breathing in a color to my lower belly. Pausing, in that moment of pausing, the color can really be absorbed. And breathing out, relaxing, allowing my whole body just to relax. And I'm going to move my attention my hands to my neck area, to my throat chakra. If my hands are bothering me, it's okay to put my hands down and just try to focus on breathing into this area. And I can choose the same color or maybe a new color, feeling which color will fit best in my throat. And I'm just going to breathe into my throat a color. Pause, let the color be absorbed, and breathe out and just relax. Breathe into my throat. Pause. My throat can absorb this color. Breathing out and allowing my throat to relax. And one final breath to the throat. Pausing at the end of the in breath. Breathing out and relaxing. Bringing my hands back to the center of my chest. And feeling here which color might fit. Again, it might be the same color, or if I don't feel any color really fits, I can just breathe in light, whatever that means. And once again, I'm breathing in light to the center of my chest or a color. When I pause, the light or the color can be absorbed, nourishing, bringing in this light to my heart. And when I breathe out, I can just relax and release. Breathing into the center of my chest, allowing this light or color in as I breathe in. Pausing in the center of my chest. Breathing out, relaxing and releasing. And taking 3 or 4 breaths in the same pace, finding your own pace. Really doing it on your own without my guidance. Breathing in and out slowly, bringing in a light or a color. And doing it at the pace that suits you best. And letting your hands rest. Just taking a moment also to relax from any concentration, from needing to breathe. Allowing your whole system just to kind of take in the practice of the last few minutes. And you might notice something has changed, you might not, but just letting yourself really rest, not doing anything, not needing to succeed, putting effort in anything, just totally resting and relaxing in between these practices. We're not done yet, but we're allowing the system just to relax. Take in all these healing breaths, these breaths of light or of colors that benefit and nourish the chakra system, the body. I'm going to take a moment to just observe where I'm at right now in this weekend, in this week, if there's something that I'd really like to bring in into my life. So checking like what's missing right now. I'd like more love. I'd like more peace. I'd like more abundance. I'd like more connection with myself. I'd like more patience. Just really just check, is there some kind of quality that I'd really like to bring in right now? Doesn't mean there aren't more, but focusing on one that I feel would really make a difference today or this week. Like, yeah, if I had more love in my heart, that would really make a difference for me this week. Or if I could really trust more, if I had more trust, that would really be really beneficial. And maybe I can feel in my body what that feels like, or I can imagine what that looks like to have more of this quality. Maybe if I have more love, my chest expands, my shoulders come down. Maybe if I have more trust, my throat relaxes. Or I can imagine myself more relaxed. Find a way just to feel, however, you can feel what it would be like to have more of this quality. And coming back to the breath and feeling that I can breathe in this quality as I breathe in the air. So I inhale and I bring in the love into my whole body. I can imagine as if there are little pores or nostrils all over my body that bring in this quality into my body. And when I pause, I allow it to be absorbed even more. And when I breathe out, I let my body relax. And by relaxing, I make more space in my body to allow more of this quality in. Maybe we can do it together, or each one will find their pace, breathing in this quality into my whole body, pausing, allowing this quality, this love or trust or beauty or light to be absorbed, breathing out, releasing and relaxing. My entire body lets go in order to make more space. Breathing in this quality that I would like to bring into my life. Pausing, allowing it to be absorbed. Breathing out, releasing, making more space. Breathing in, allowing this quality to enter. Pausing, allowing it to be absorbed. Breathing out and relaxing, making more space. And just feeling, continuing at your own pace with this breath and feeling how your body is filled with more and more of this quality. And you might be able to see or imagine how that would change you in your daily interactions and how you interact with your loved ones or at work. Just see the ripple effect of breathing in more of this quality. And the more you breathe it in, the more you can see something inside can shift, can change, can move. Breathing in to my body, a quality that nourishes me, that's good for me, that I need. Pausing and breathing out, relaxing, releasing. And once again, just resting. Feeling that also this time to rest between every breath or between each practice allows the body to shift, to take it in even more. It's as if when you're resting, your body continues to do this breath of allowing in this quality on its own. It's like it's just continuing to do it on its own, even when you're not actively breathing. By resting, you're allowing the body to just keep working. And for the next breath, we're gonna check in with the body and find a part of the body that might be sore or might need healing at the moment. Might have some pain that you've been carrying, or a part of the body that just feels a bit weaker or a bit more stuck than the rest of the body. Just tuning in, seeing, feeling without judgment this part of the body, really noticing that it's a bit weak at the moment or a bit sensitive or just requiring something different. And with the next in breath, I want to breathe into this part of the body a healing light. I breathe in a healing light into this part of my body that might be stuck. When I pause, I can feel this healing light start to move things in this body or be absorbed. And when I breathe out, I can feel this part of the body releasing any toxins, anything that might be stuck there. It might be a black color or a dirty color that can be breathed out. Breathing in this light that's healing into this part of the body that's stuck or needs healing. Pausing, allowing the light to start working, bringing healing there. And when I breathe out, it's like my whole system can start to let go of whatever might be stuck there. If I don't know what's stuck, I'm just breathing out a dark color or something dirty that's been there. It's kind of like a detox. Breathing in healing light, pausing, allowing the light to bring its healing into this part of the body, and breathing out all the toxins, anything that might need to be released, goes out with the out breath. We're going to take 3 or 4 more breaths of this healing light, releasing whatever toxins need to be released. Find your own rhythm. You might notice that the toxins that are being released become less and less the more you breathe out, the more you release. And at the end of the next exhalation, once again relaxing, letting go of the breath, of the concentration, knowing there might be more work to be done there, but that the body will continue to detox, to release. You can always come back and do more of this breath. Mm. We're coming towards the end of the practice. And we're going to bring our attention once again to the center of our chest. We can put our hands there or just bring our focus once again, feeling at the center of our chest, feeling our heart. And taking 3 breaths of light into my heart, just feeling that this is a nourishing breath of light into my heart. Breathe in light into my heart. I pause, allow the light to be absorbed in my heart. I breathe out and I allow my heart to relax and be soft. And again, I can relax, let go of my hands, slowly begin to bring my presence back into my body. And we'll take another slow breath, really long, slow, soft breath in. Hold the breath for just a moment. And when I breathe out, I can let out a little sigh or a little sound. And I can bring a little bit of physical touch. Maybe I can hold myself or touch my arms, my upper arms, or my thighs, my chest, or my belly. Stretch my body out if I need to, start to move it and bring my presence back into my body. Maybe move my head or my neck, coming back into contact with my body and its movements. Taking the time, slowly coming back. And when you feel you're ready, you can let your eyes open again, coming back into this joint space.